I don't really remember how many times I was baptized. It's probably a lot more than I actually remember. I do remember growing up in the Assemblies of God and the Church of God, I definitely was baptized in a couple of swimming pools. One of them was our own swimming pool. I was baptized for sure in a baptismal font in a Baptist church. A little bit later, I was probably maybe 12 or 13 at that point. And those are the two times that I do recall. There was a time in a river. So I was baptized at least 4 times that I can remember. There may have been more. When I was in the Assemblies of God and the Church of God, just going between those two, because there's a lot of that was shared between the charisms of those two denominations. But I was just told that I was being made new again. I was going to be reborn again through this act of baptism. But I had no understanding that when I came into the Catholic Church, which there are other denominations, other religions, that you have to be baptized, like the Church of Christ, you have to be baptized in the Church of Christ to be a Christian. And I just could never wrap my mind around that. I thought that was nuts, that you had to be baptized in a particular religion. So then when to come into the Catholic Church, it was like, oh, you have to do the formula. I was like, wait, you're just going to let me come in? Like, I only need to, can you take my word for it? They're like, no, if you could have some proof or something. And luckily, when I came out of the river, no one was giving me like a baptismal certificate, So I remember the Baptist church did give me the certificate of baptism. And it had it all in there. Like, Rachel was baptized in the name of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit on this day. So I cleared everything. I think each time that I was baptized, it was probably a combination of a renewal of my promise to live out the Christian faith. There was also a notion of being reborn again. It was an opportunity to start again. And it was just like a cleansing of whoever I was, I think, prior to that full immersion. And every one of them were full immersion. So even to learn about the sprinkling rites of the baptism, the understanding that you renew your baptism in the baptismal font when you walk into the church, those were all mind-blowing concepts to me. But that's what I think when I was growing up, every time was just a time to begin again. When I came into the church, and as we were approaching when I would receive First Communion and come into full communion with the church, there was the opportunity to, if you were already baptized, you came in later because the bishop needed to welcome you into the church. And I remember being so perplexed by that. And I asked our faith formation director what the reasoning was. And really, for me, what that told me was that this isn't all discounted. Like, everything that I lived before I became Catholic wasn't completely and utterly false. Like, it's not going to be completely disregarded with me coming into the church, but that those are all still part of the story. And the Catholic Church just welcomed that story in and showed me how to make it whole. I think each time when I was baptized, it had to be this personal choice. It had to be something that I had to actively choose each time. And so for me to bring that gift to my children has made that participation something that I'm participating in. And I think whenever I was Protestant, even my parents bringing me in to get baptized or telling me about it, the onus was totally on me. And I really love the idea and the truth of the Catholic Church and the community that we are in, this universality of the church, that I'm responsible to bring my own children to baptism and responsible for showing them how to live it out. That even though the gift is on the shelf, you have to get the gift out and use it. And I really love that.